We now we got the pads,
Yeah.
we got the gloves, then we got to talk about Glovegate because you know we talking. Everybody been talking about Tyson Fury cheating with the Glovegate. They said his hand was in the middle of the glove, and so what do you feel about that? Like if y'all haven't seen it, they say Tyson Fury was punching with his hand at the end of the glove so that you could feel his knuckles. And if you look at the video, you see his glove flopping. Have you ever seen that before?
Man, it's kind of like rare, you know what I mean? But I feel like what he was doing was like a slap. You know, he was punching him, you know, with an open fist. You know what I mean? Like if y'all, like in amateur boxing, most guys like, they punch like with like flicking, like flicking. Like you see my hand, how it's going?
Why is that though?
I mean, I don't really know.
You don't do that.
Let me tell y'all something.
Okay.
A punch like this doesn't hit harder than a shot that's with a closed fist.
Right.
This ain't nothing but a slap.
Right.
He just getting to the point with that.
You flicking it. You know what I'm saying? You flicking it. You flicking. It ain't like boom. You know, everybody know a closed fist hit harder than an open fist, but you know, it looked like some, you know, the way that it's bending in the glove, you know what I mean? It probably the brand of glove probably, because it's certain gloves that just have horse hay in them. You know what I mean? There's some gloves that have more traditional padding, but.
So you don't think it was no foul play?
It could be. It could be.
Because you know they took the cameras off.
See, but that's the thing.
They pulled the camera out in his dressing room.
See, but that's the thing. Like me being a professional boxer, I know what goes on behind those.
So why would you pull the camera?
Hold on. No. What I'm saying is like, when everybody fight, say I'm fighting you.
Yeah. No, not me no more.
No. Say I'm about to fight an opponent.
Yeah.
And when I'm finna wrap my hands with that gauze on, it's somebody from one of his cornermen, one of his trainers. They come to see, and it's a state athletic commission. You know what I mean? The athletic commission, the state inspectors, they in there. You're not wrapping hands until they tell you to anyway. And it's a state inspector right there to see if you're doing anything illegal. I believe so. I went, you know, 20. Them dudes got like 25 million a piece. You know, this the biggest fight. This bringing the heavyweights back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking to me. You know what I'm saying? The heavyweights coming back. You know what I'm saying? I'm 27 years old. I'm youngest doing something out of America. You know what I mean? Homegrown American, like young buck. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I don't think they would have jeopardize that big of a fight to do something sneaky, like let him get away with something, because Deontay got some sharks in his camp that I don't feel would have let nothing like that go on, like Al Heyman. Al Heyman, they ain't letting nothing like that go on.
So speaking of Al Heyman, who you signed with?
Well, when I first turned pro, I was originally with Al Heyman. You know, I went through a little managerial issues and got out of that contract, and I'm now with Dave McWaters. Split T management, you know. He manages this young boy by the name of Teofimo Lopez.
I love Teofimo.
You know, yeah. So,
you think Teofimo gonna be Lomachenko?
It's kind of early. No,
you think it's too soon for him?
He's young.
I think he's gonna win.
So Young is not.
I think he's gonna stop him.
I mean, Young is good because at that lower weight class, when you have youth on your side, that's the more advantage. But like as a bigger man, the older you get, you still can last because the last thing to go is your power. And when you're young, you still got your reflexes and youth. So as a younger man, yeah, it's good at those lower weight classes. But I just feel like Lomachenko has a lot of experience over Teofimo, but Teofimo cold. Okay, that's my cat. I like him.
So who you want, man? We look, they rich. Who you want?
Who I want next?
You fight soon, bro? Right?
I fight soon. I'm fighting a guy by the name of Christian Galvez next.
Knocking him out, right?
Yeah, I'm knocking him out.
Okay, cool.
And then after that, then after that, I got a TV.
You got a round, or you just gonna knock him out?
I'm just gonna knock him out. 2-3. I always say 2-3 rounds.
What's
they getting up out of there.
Rounds you went?
6. I went to a 6-round decision. That's the longest I ever been. My last fight was my first 10-round bout, and that ain't last but 9 minutes.
Verb been asking the right question, man. What?
That's what's up, man. First of all, shout out to Verb, Verb, battle rap legend. If you don't know the battle rap culture, you know what I'm saying. I'm a big fan of the battle rap culture. Verb is a legend. He's on my Mount Rushmore for battle rap MCs. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to Verb, and definitely much respect for putting this guy on. Stephan Shaw from STL St. Louis. I've never heard of him until he got on the show. I didn't know he sparred Deontay Wilder. I didn't know he sparred Andy Ruiz Jr. as well. Getting him prepared for the Anthony Joshua fight. That's pretty dope, man. I'm a fan now. I followed him on Instagram. Much respect, man. But yeah, man, I respect the honest assessment by Shaw. This guy, everybody, of course, the whole Glovegate controversy. I've talked about that so many times. So if you want to know my opinion on that, just check my previous videos. I got countless videos talking about that. But the whole Glovegate controversy theory, started by this guy, or was the progenitor of this guy by the name of Young Pharaoh, aka Young Pseudo, who no longer talks about it anymore, because his goal was to basically garner up as much AdSense revenue and super chat donations. And he did that. And also subscribers. He did that, so now he is the go-to expert for coronavirus. He was the go-to expert for gloves, right? Young Pseudo was the go-to expert for gloves and all this shit, even though he's not a boxing channel. He don't know shit about boxing. He was a kickboxer, table record from a kickboxer perspective. But now he went from a boxing professional glove, hand wraps expert, right? And dissecting things about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. He was an expert on that. So now he's done with that, right? That's dead. He's done with that. And now he's an expert of coronavirus. And he wants people to, his followers to pay him money to talk about the coronavirus. But anyway, going back to Shaw, man, yeah, I like his assessment. Honest assessment, very objective. He said, yeah, there could have been foul play, but we don't know. But he also said that, and I've said this before as well, that you have the commission, the state commission, right, watching you wrap your hands. You have the opposing team watching you wrap your hands in your gloves, right? And like I said before, if nobody who agrees with this dumbass Glovegate theory can answer this question. If Tyson Fury, cheated, then two things happen, right? Two things happen. Very simple logic. One, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Jay Diaz, right, who watched Tyson Fury wrap his hands in his gloves and stuff like that, right? The Nevada State Athletic Commission and Jay Diaz, either they're terrible at their job or they were paid to look the other way. So which one is it? It ain't no in between, right? NSAC, JDs must be terrible at watching Tyson Fury wrap his hands into his gloves, making sure there's no flapping, right? Or they were paid to look the other way. You can't have it both ways. Which one is it? Ain't no gray area. And none of these motherfuckers can answer that question. Simple logic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just like he said, I said that before. You know what I'm saying about the the folks in the dressing room watching the opposing team wrap the boxers' gloves and hands and stuff like that. And the fact that he also mentioned that when you're actually when your glove is flapping like that, what kind of advantage do you have with a flapping glove besides using that as you can use that as a rangefinder, right? A rangefinder. You can use it as a distraction to set up the right hand or another punch, or you can use it to slap somebody with the so-called palm of your hand, which is still ineffective. It's still ineffective. So no matter what, it's really it's really a negation, because your gloves not being fully inside your hand or your fist, you're not getting any kind of power advantage or any advantage at all, besides it being a distraction. If you want to have your glove flapping like that, that's a major distraction for the fight. You're like, damn, why your glove flapping? Oh, I got hit with the right hand. That's it. right? That's it. So yeah, you ain't gonna get no kind of power. It's just a slap, like he said, just a slap, you know. And the power is gonna come when your glove is in your fist, and all the way inside. That's why you see fighters, and you see Tyson Fury do this too. Try to make sure if their glove is loose, what do? Go like this to make sure it doesn't get loose, because they want to hit. They want to make sure their fist is right near the padding, so they can beat the shit out of somebody and feel that full power. When they go like this, Tyson used to do this all the time. Go like this. Make sure the gloves aren't loose. So, you know, motherfuckers can feel that uppercut, feel them hooks. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. So, yeah, ain't no power advantage doing this shit like that. But, you know, I've talked about that so many times in previous videos. You know, I'm done with that topic, man. But, yeah, I really wanted to share this video. Shout out to Verb. Shout out the whole battle rap community. Shout out to the real battle rap community, the real BRC. You know what I'm saying? Whole battle rap. When I see people are now doing social distancing battle raps, which is dope. You know, just keep the culture moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I love it, man. But yeah, good interview. And if you haven't subscribed to Verb's Good People podcast, where he talks about relationships with STL folks, good show, dope show. Check it out on YouTube, man. Much respect. So yeah, man, those are my thoughts on that, family. GMOG Sports TV, GMOG Fitness on Instagram. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, I work out every day. Check out my daily IG stories on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Talking about workouts, just talking about stuff that's happening in the news. To check me out. Also, subscribe to my other page, GMOGmedia TV as well, family. Till next time, signing out. Peace.